Hello, my friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family. Well, guys, we got another interesting sighting, another mystery craft or something spotted, and this is spotted on a SpaceX stream. So this comes from, it comes from a tabloid, but which also comes from Third Face of the Moon. Ultimately, Third Face of the Moon is a YouTube channel, and so as we see, if you look over here, a clear triangular object right there in broad daylight, very obvious. Gotta say, to me, this feels like this is all disclosure. This is all disclosure, just starting to let us know, what's going on. And so again, triangular to me, that says it's us, it's humans, based perhaps, on the TR3B, which maybe perhaps is roughly based on a B2, but just with a different propulsion system, obviously, to go into space. And I understand there's many that will say there is no space. But if you look at this, pretty clear, pretty obvious. It's just another that we've seen. We've seen a ton of them. So this is out of the Daily Star. And is Elon Musk hiding something? Mystery object seen near SpaceX craft before feed cut. A mystery object has been spotted on the SpaceX Dragon's live feed, bearing similarities to the infamous spy plane before the live feed was reportedly cut. And so this, is just another, because there's been so many of these, and you have to say, is it purposeful? Kind of feels like it a little bit to me. I think they are trying to disclose, and some will think that they're trying to just simply, sell us something, such as, Project Bluebeam, because of course there are some that believe that the world is flat and that there are no aliens, that we're it, and everybody has to just do their own due diligence and just simply come up with your own beliefs. This is definitely a large triangular object that moves on through, and I'll have the links for you to play. And I do have some other photos and a video that was sent in to me that I want to share with you guys as well. And pretty wild stuff. And let's go to the photos first. So this photo, this is the fourth video. I've tried to get this photo out there. So different things have happened to disrupt my uploading a video with this photo on it. And so I think this might be important, perhaps. And I'm guessing there's an object here, which is really curious, has unusual shape. But my gut is it's more about these waves. You see these waves? It's really interesting. I don't think it's an artifact of the camera. I think there's something else going on there. And when we look at this object, it's really unusually shaped. You see three lights, right? Three different points to it. And I suspect maybe there's really four. I think maybe one facing the opposite way on the other side. I don't know if it's a drone. Perhaps it's a drone. Perhaps it's a drone that's up there doing something to interact with chemtrails and give us these waves, and that's complete speculation. It's just I've seen odd vibrational patterns in chemtrail clouds before, and so when we look at this, it seems like this is kind of like a bullhorn shape, you know what I mean? And it almost seems like maybe there's three of these and maybe even a fourth around the backside. So maybe these are some sort of speaker, some sort of bullhorn, something that is sending out vibrational frequencies. And this is, again, pure speculation. I just, I know there's something to this photo because I've had nothing but problems since yesterday afternoon, ever since I tried to make a video on this. It feels like somebody doesn't want this getting out. And maybe you guys can see it clearer now, but to me, it almost reminds me of like speakers, a bullhorn, an amplifier, and perhaps going in all different directions. So maybe this is some sort of drone that's sending out a signal. You know, maybe it has nothing to do with these waves that seem to be emanating from the sun. And of course, you know, it's a hazy looking sun, probably all sorts of chemtrails in front of it. But I feel like this is something kind of important because I've had, like I said, nothing but problems since maybe about 2 in the afternoon yesterday until after midnight, you know, going through a live show too with weird issues. And so this, I think, is something important. What it is, I don't know. And these photos are from the same person, and this one's a little fainter, and I don't think it's the same object. This area is an area that is speculated to possibly have some deep underground military bases around, and this is in the mountains, and it's not too far from here, and I don't know what that is either. And see if we do something with the lighting, if we could make this out. Could be triangular shape, hard to say. You can also almost kind of see waves emanating there as well. Not as clearly as the other. And here again is another. And there's seems to be 3 lights on this one. Perhaps reflections? Some other sort of drone? I truly suspect there are many more drones in our sky that are not, well, I should say that are military, you know, or secret space program related than we realize. I think there's probably tons of them up in our sky. And so this is another photo of it. Clearly there's something there. And again, it looks to have 3 points to it. But it looks kind of rounded. So, very unusual. And then this one. Let's see if we adjust the... This is from somebody else in a totally different area. For one, you know, look at the light coming off the sun. That's bizarre. Just bizarre. And then there's a perfect circle up here. And perhaps it's some sort of artifact from the camera, lens flare. Look at the diffusion of light there. That's pretty wild. And then would guess that's a lens flare, but then at the same time we've seen this small object, smaller than the sun, perfectly round, time after time. And look at how the sun is not even close to round. I mean, that's just crazy. Just diffuse light. And then this one's really curious too. Because look at that there. Is that just one contrail coming off? There's no apparent plane unless it's right here or it passed by. Kind of unusual for one single contrail to be coming off like that. Very strange one indeed as well. And then this one, when we look closer, this is one of those classic photos where there's the sun and there's the other object. And that's pretty, we've seen a lot of these. And this is not causing that. Two separate light sources, obviously. So this is another great example of exactly, so many people have seen this. It's just incredible how many people have seen this. And so, let me see where that one was. And this one, this is SpaceX, right? And this is a SpaceX launch. Look at all this stuff flying around and back. Is this just debris? Can you see all these things moving? Look at that one flying by. How about that one? How about that one? How about that one? How about this one? Are those all satellites, like almost colliding with each other? Is that just debris? Just, you guys tell me. I'm no expert on what we should see up in those skies, but there's a lot of stuff floating around out there. It looks pretty wild. It's really wild. Look at all that. So, very curious, What do you guys make of that? There's just so much out there. So, I've seen things like this almost with orbs in rooms. And so it almost kind of reminds me of orbs, yeah, in places that there's a lot of activity. So I don't know. Are these just little meteors? Are these energetic and spiritual? Are these just simply junk? Are they a mixture of ships? I mean, they're going at all different speeds, all different angles. It's just really kind of wild to see. Is this more disclosure? So what do you guys think? And as always, I look forward to your comments, my friends. Thumbs up to support the channel. Please do subscribe and join our growing family and share with as many people as possible. Let's see what you guys think's going on. And as always, my friends, God bless and namaste.